Hello, welcome Rebels. My name is Ashley. I'm so excited that you are joining me today on our mini yin, or what I like to call a yinny adventure. Our class today is all about really slowing down. It's the fourth week of the semester. And a lot of times after we've set maybe some New Year's intentions or we've set some new goals for ourselves, when we get really busy into the first couple of weeks of February and life comes up as life does, we tend to put some of our wellness and self-care off to the wayside for due dates and deadlines and events and whatever else is happening in our life stuff. So today's practice is all about really reconnecting with ourselves and slowing down. I send that message to myself just as much as I send it to all of you, because it is easy to just get caught up in the day-to-day, just all the requirements that are put upon us in being busy, active, successful people. So we'll begin by just kind of making sure that we have everything that we need in our space. So a mat is recommended, a blanket, 2 blocks. You can also use books, you can use a towel. You don't even have to have a mat. You can practice on the ground, you can practice outside in the grass, maybe between classes. And this flow is designed to really just help you slow down. And I encourage you to maybe pick 2 or 3 of your favorite poses and incorporate those into your day all throughout the next week or maybe the next month. These are all really good poses that you can also do as you're just getting up in the morning, as I am today, or as you're trying to just slow down. So in the middle of the afternoon or before you go to bed. And of course, water, making sure that you're staying really hydrated. And maybe you kind of just enjoy and create some ambiance in your special place wherever you're practicing, whether it's outside or you're in your home environment or corner of your room. I always like to light a candle when I practice. So make this space yours, make this time yours. Nothing that we are doing is a requirement. I'm just simply offering suggestions to you. And know that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, right here, right now. And let's go ahead and get started. We'll take 3 easy breaths together. Just starting to get comfortable on the mat, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe we bring a blanket, one of our favorite blankets. This is my Rebel Red blanket, go Rebels. Into the practice, or a towel, wearing nice and comfy clothing, whatever works for us. We'll take those shoulders away from the ears. We'll take 3 cleansing breaths all together, breathing it in, filling it up. And then releasing, letting go, sigh it out. And it's okay to make noise here. It's good to make noise. We're releasing what we no longer need. 2 more just like that. Breathe it in. And push it out. 1 more. Biggest, deepest breath of the day, the afternoon, the evening, whenever you're practicing, breathe it in. And sigh it out. Just really letting it all go. We'll begin in a reclined bridge pose. If you want to still use that blanket to just help support the low back and spine, I encourage you to do that. And then we'll place a block. You can also place a rolled up towel if you would like in between the knees This just helps us gently keep our knees aligned. It's a little bit of soft engagement in the legs. And then if you would like, you can, as we lay all the way down, you can place a block underneath your seat if you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then having this blanket under here gives it like a nice little cushy feeling. And then we'll scoot the shoulder blades away from the ears. And if you tuned into last week's video, our focus breath is a 3-part breath. So I'm also going to just move this out of here. Okay. And if you join me in class at the Student Recreation and Wellness Center, this is also our highlighted breath of the month, this 3-part breath. So we'll go ahead and begin breathing in the abdomen, into the rib cage, into the heart space. And what that's doing is that's helping us really maximize our lung capacity. And it's a breath that can be used anytime we need to slow ourselves down, which is our goal of this class. So maybe we place one hand on the abdomen, one hand on the heart space, or we can bring the hands up and then follow it down as we're breathing. So we'll take a big breath in, fill up through the abdomen, ribs, heart space. See how I'm really expanding here, and then slowly release heart space, ribs, abdomen. Breathe in, abdomen, ribs, heart space. Breathe out, heart space, ribs, abdomen. Continue to do those for 3 more rounds. Breathe it in, fill up, deepest breath of the day. The breath is what brings us to here and now. Fill it up. Slower release. 1 more. And release. We'll lift our hips off the block. Slowly lifting the block off of the knees. Placing the soles of the feet together. You can slowly come up if you would like, or you can stay melted down on the mat. Maybe take a sip of water just to help cleanse everything out. Knowing we are here, we are centered. Maybe don't drip a bunch of water on your face like I did. And then slowly lower all the way down. Coming into that nice reclined butterfly, we have a few options here. If the blocks underneath the knees aren't comfortable, you can roll up a blanket or a towel. And then I'm still choosing to have the blanket underneath my hips. Hands can be here, making that connection with ourself, or maybe we want to try something new. That's what this class is all about. I encourage you to just try to be in your body, be in your breath. Arms can come out to a T. We can interlace the arms up overhead and reconnect with the breath. Breathe in and release. Deeper breath in. And a slower breath out. Scooch the shoulders away from the ears. Our shoulders tend to have this magnetic attraction to the ears, but just let them scoot down a little bit. Deeper breath in. And a slower breath out. Letting everything melt. Can we bring our mind to the mat if the mind is still chattering, as it likes to do, especially when we slow down? and begin to focus in on our intention, which is I am here to enjoy my life. I am here to enjoy my life. And as a busy person, just like all of you watching this video right now, part of enjoying life is in fact slowing ourselves down, because if we don't slow down, then we miss all the best parts of life. So we're going to give ourselves permission today and every day to say, I am going to enjoy my life. And we are all doing that together right now, Rebels, by slowing it down, as hard as that can be. We'll take 3 more of those 3-part breaths together, remembering abdomen, ribs, heart space, deepest breath in. Slower breath out. Deeper breath in. Slower breath out. One more. Bring your mind here, breathe in, and release it. Slowly separate the distance between the feet. Maybe we place the hands on the knees to bring those knees in together. We'll leave the blocks here for now. Lift those arms up overhead, lift the legs out, taking up space for ourselves, enjoying this moment, enjoying this life. Breathe in. And then as we exhale, we're gonna let it all go. We're gonna hug those knees and maybe tuck the chin into the chest, giving ourselves that big, beautiful I love you hug. Rocking back and forth, just releasing anything in the hips. This butterfly pose that we just did is a big hip opener. Our hips store a lot of emotion and energy, and they get sore from all the walking and other workouts that we do. So we're just hugging everything in, rocking back and forth. Bigger breath in. Squeeze it in. Feel yourselves fill up. And then exhale, let it all go. And straighten out that left leg. We can still use the blanket to support ourselves. We'll take a big inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to bend that right knee in and up. So we're not smashing it down into our heart space, we're taking it over at a diagonal, like we're trying to aim this knee into our shoulder or our armpit. We may or may not get there, it doesn't matter, but we're just using that as a visual. So we're hugging that knee in. We can reach our forearms across the shin, or we can reach underneath what feels good to us. Big breath in. And I invite you to try both. So just see what feels best in your body today. Our bodies are different every day, especially depending upon what time of day we're practicing, how hydrated we are. So just notice what's happening on the right side. This is the first time we're focusing only on the right and separating the sides. Breathe it in, fill it up. And release. Refocus in on that 3-part breath. Abdomen, ribs, heart space. 2 more. Fill up. We got this, Rebels. One more. And slowly let it go. Very gently placing the left hand on the outside of the right knee. Draw that right knee up and across the body so that it falls over us. So our right hip is gonna lift up a little bit, and that's okay. And this is where using a blanket or a block to support the knee can be helpful. The knee doesn't have to make contact with the block or the floor. And then we're going to take this right arm and we're going to put it into a half cactus or a half field goal pose. Left arm is going to stay here on the rib cage to remind us to breathe, remind us to slow down, because as we slow down, that's how we start to really enjoy all of the things that are happening around us. As I'm slowing down, I'm starting to tune into what I can hear around me. It's a good grounding sensation. So I hear the little burning of the candle wick. I can hear my cat outside meowing because it's almost breakfast time for him. And maybe we look up at the sky, or we take the chin and turn the cheek to the opposite direction for an extra twist. That might start lighting up the shoulder a little bit and the tricep and bicep. So do what feels best for you today. There's no competition, there's no comparing. We're just doing the best movement for us right now. Breathe in and release. Three more here in this little bit more of a dynamic twist. Maybe feeling some tingling sensations, a stretch along that right side body. Just breathe into whatever you're feeling, fill it up, and release. Fill it up. And release. Each and every one of you is doing a wonderful job. One more here. And let it go. Right arm meets left, hug it in. Remind yourself you're here. Slowly roll onto both hips. Place the hand palms down and do just a gentle roll of the hips back and forth, releasing anything that you may have felt in the right hip. And then letting those arms go up overhead. Big breath in. Take up space for yourself, reminding ourselves, I am here to enjoy life. And then hug it all in, tuck the chin into the chest. Maybe we make contact with the knees, maybe not, it doesn't matter. As long as we're moving and breathing together in this beautiful community, that's what matters most. Big breath in. And then exhale, let it all go. Right knee extends, right leg extends. Left leg goes up and over to the left. For this leg, either leg really, we can keep the knee bent if that feels better, or we extend it. Again, this is all about you deciding what you want to get out of these stretches. Big breath in, hug this left knee in and up. One side might be a little bit tighter than the other. We're just making sure we have that nice diagonal so we can get a stretch here on the inner thigh. And then big breath out, right hand goes over to the left. We take that left knee down to a block if it's available. Our left hip is going to lift up. What this looks like without a block is maybe the knee touches down, maybe it doesn't matter. We're still getting a really great stretch all together, and we're slowing down and enjoying being right here and right now. So same idea here. We'll place that right hand here to remind us to always focus in on the breath first. Left arm cactuses to a half cactus, palm up. If doing the cactus arms isn't your jam today, you can take it palm down, flip it over. You can extend it out to a half T. Do what's best for you. And then decide, do you want to look up or over for an extra twist? So get settled into the pose. And then we breathe all together. Breathe it in and release. Breathe it in and release. Fill up abdomen, ribs, heart space, and then let it go. Three more. I am here to enjoy this life. Honoring yourselves by taking time to slow down, to move your body. One more, fill it up. And then let it go. Slowly release the arm back to the center of the body. Take a big breath in, really reaching. And then exhale, hug it all in. Hug everything in. Did a lot of twisting. We're going to slowly let those feet return to the earth just to reground ourselves. Come back to that bridge pose for a moment. Reconnect feet, hips, spine, shoulders, head. We're on the earth. 3 cleansing breaths together. Breathe it in. And let it go. Check in with yourself. Where is your breath? Where is your mind? Bring it back here. Breathe in. Sigh it out. One more. Breathe in. Sigh it out. It helps when we all make noise together. Slowly roll over onto the right or left side. Just feeling that nice little safe space in fetal position. Big breath in. And then we'll rise up very gently. Just changing our perspective on the mat. Taking a sip of water before we move to laying and doing some work on the belly. We did a lot of heart openers to begin our practice. And we'll end by doing some additional hip openers, but also focusing a little bit more on grounding ourselves. So we're going to roll back over onto the belly. And we'll take a big breath in, stretch out just as we did on the back. So we're taking up space for ourselves as the forehead comes down to the mat. Big breath in. And then sigh it out, let it go. Notice where your mind went as we changed positions and locations on the mat. Sometimes that movement gives our mind the chance to start talking to us again, but try to be right here, right now, all together. We're going to extend that right leg out and slide the left knee out so that we're coming into a 90-degree angle. We can use the block to elevate the knee if we would like. You don't have to. And then we'll place the forehead down on the hands. You can also use an extra blanket. You can also decide to take the cheek over to the left, the right rather. So the cheek can go to the right as the left knee comes out, and we'll be here for 5 breaths. Breathe in, fill up, notice how it feels to really feel the rise and fall as you fill up, and then release. One more, biggest breath in. Feel the heart expand and beat, feel the lungs expand, and then let it go. Slide the left knee to meet the right. Bend the knees and just gently place the forehead in the center of the mat. Windshield viper back and forth, releasing any pressure in the low back or the hips. And then extend the left leg out. Sliding the right knee up over to the block. Remember, everything that I'm offering for you is just a choice. So take it or leave it. Right knee goes up in that 90-degree angle. Forehead comes down and that little nice pillow, or we can take the cheek the opposite direction. Reclaim the breath. If we lost it, fill up and release. I am here to enjoy this life. I am here to slow down, fill up, and release. Three more here. Slowing down can be so hard in our frenetic, busy, task-oriented lives. But as someone who I will say was sort of in that busy loop, the more that I choose to slow down, as hard as it can be, the more that I feel well balanced and rested. You can start slow, so maybe that's one slower practice a day or a week. Maybe that's taking one pose from this whole video and doing that pose right before you go to bed or right as you wake up in the morning. So take what you need, but really try to slow down so that you can enjoy life, so it doesn't just pass you by. One more breath here. And release side out. We'll slide that right knee over underneath the left. Gently windshield wipering the legs back and forth. We can stay here using the hands as a pillow as we send the legs down, or maybe send the arms out wide, coming into a reverse savasana, just a nice counter pose as we take the shoulders away from the ears, taking rest. You can also lay on the back, you can sit up, you can lay on your side, what feels best for you. As we find that stillness. You can stay in this posture for as long as you would like, just listening to the gentle music. But if you need to go about your busy day, you can roll over onto the right side, being gentle with yourself, using your arm as a pillow. Breathing in our intention one more time. I am here to enjoy this life. Checking in with the body one more time. How do we feel? And then rising up gently and slowly to greet the rest of your day, afternoon, or evening. Just shaking off whatever mental dust is left, taking a big breath in. And slowly releasing. Rebels, it has been an absolute pleasure to guide you through this slow yin practice today. Remember to take time for yourself, take care of yourself every day, and above all, be excellent to yourselves and excellent to each other. Thank you so much, Rebels. Wonderful job today. Again, my name is Ashley. You can follow me at Neves Does Yoga, which you'll see up here on the bottom of the screen. You can also scan the QR code to follow me. I teach every Thursday evening from 5:30 to 6:30, a little bit more of a cardiac vinyasa class, and followed by a slower flow like we did on this video. I'll also be doing a few Yoga 101 workshops. So follow me on Instagram, check out the UNLV Recreation and Wellness page for more events. And I look forward to meeting you in person. Take care of yourselves.